Welcome back to Cryptos Are Us. I am George. We're all George. So, welcome to another Market Open stream. It's looking pretty darn good right now. Bitcoin has come up and a lot of alts have recovered. So, let's talk about Bitcoin's next breakout, why it's coming, and everything else that's going on in the world of crypto today. All right, let's do it, guys. Welcome, welcome, welcome. We are starting out the day right around $105,000. So that little shakeout, or I like to say distraction, is over. We were at this point 4 days ago. We dipped down to 97. We had, and this is all due to DeepSeek, and you know, we got some more FUD over here and a little more over here. But you know what? We're back. We're back to where we started. So this is why I've been saying dips are gifts. If you have the ability to pick up more sats, more Bitcoin, more whatever with these dips, you'll be rewarded. We're right back to where we were 4 days ago. But the good news is we're not going to just stay here forever. We are getting ready for that next leg up. That next breakout is definitely coming. So let me explain why. First of all, the U.S. market looks mixed. NASDAQ is in the green. This is, of course, after day after the FOMC meeting. Powell was, or Fed Chair Powell, I should say, was, you know, he wasn't bad. You know, if you had to sum it up, he was pretty dovish. He didn't cut the Fed fund rate. He kept it at 4.25% or 4.5%, but he wasn't opposed to more cuts. He wasn't very hawkish about the economy overall. He just said it looked pretty good and we just need to wait a little bit. So, I mean, the market should be reacting pretty well to that. So we will see. Right now we are doing pretty good. And you got like a lot of the crypto projects like Exodus that's up like 6% today. And then like Robinhood and MicroStrategy and Coinbase all up 3% right now at market open. So pretty positive. Shows Wall Street is buying crypto right now. And also we got a GDP report this morning for the US. And this is actually a good thing. The GDP in fourth quarter last year grew at 2.3%, which was less than expected. And something like this is actually good because we can't have really good numbers. We want actually a little bit less than expected numbers because this helps push Fed Chair Powell to cut the Fed fund rate more this year. So this isn't bad, but this is actually what we want to see. This is exactly what we want to see. All right, what else is going on? You know, I talked about DeepSeek, right? That's what caused the market to overreact and sell off, which I'll get in a little bit. It's actually a good thing. But, you know, a lot of people claim that, you know, the outrageous claim of being developed for only $5 million is false, and how it's better than OpenAI is kind of false too. But here's the thing. That's all irrelevant when you know, they don't protect anything. You know, right after they launched, they got hacked. And basically that hack gave away all the users' records in that data breach. All the users' critical data, internal secrets, everything was leaked. And according to people that looked at the code, the database, it was just not protected at all. Like, it was really, really poorly. So, bottom line is, you know, you just don't want to rush things. You don't want to rush things. Sometimes you could, like, you know, build something really quickly, but then if you don't protect it and then you just lose everything in a data breach, well, what's the point? What's the point? Right? And then I also saw this. That's nothing to do with crypto, but still. OpenAI partners with the U.S. National Laboratories and Scientific Research, nuclear weapons security. You know, every single Terminator movie, the premise is Skynet takes over our nuclear weapons and destroys humanity with it. In fact, it's not just every Terminator movie. Like every single AI movie that has ever come out always involves AI taking over nukes and destroying the world with it. And we're getting closer and closer and closer to that reality. I hope people see that, because we already like created movies about it. Anyways, moving forward. Okay, so why is Bitcoin and the next breakout coming? Well, I mean, let's look at the facts. Let's look at what's happening right now in front of our eyes. Norway's central bank, this is a country's central bank, they revealed they have $500 million in MicroStrategy shares. They don't hold Bitcoin directly. They soon probably will, because the US and everyone else will. But in the meantime, they're already holding $500 million worth of MicroStrategy. And you guys know that's almost the same, right? MicroStrategy is just one company that's holding a whole boatload of Bitcoin. That's pretty much it, right? So again, read the room. The whole world is embracing and buying Bitcoin or Bitcoin-related stocks or Bitcoin-related companies, okay? So that's why when we have dips like this and then people start panicking, just remember when I tell you dips are gifts, because look at what's happening, right? ETFs also, yesterday was a positive day, positive 92 million. We had one big sell-off, but that doesn't negate all the good days before it. And we had a couple small good days, but it will only increase. The ETFs hold 6% of the supply already. 6%. And that will only increase from here on out. So these facts, right, are not going to go away, and they will only increase. Here's another bank, Standard Chartered, one of the biggest banks out of Europe, outlines how Bitcoin can reach $130,000 in the next 2 months. I mean, it makes sense. We've been stuck at 100, 105. We hit a peak of 109, right, for the last month or two. Our next leg up is probably going to bring us to about 120, 130,000. And that breakout is coming. I know, I feel it. We've been stuck here for a while, and usually it tends to happen where we just get stuck at a level, and then all of a sudden we pump up, right? It always happens. But Standard Chartered's reasons include removal of the SAB 121, which allows banks to be more friendly towards crypto and help people custody crypto. And then that deep Seek shakeout I mentioned, right? It reset a lot of the leverage positions. It kind of clears the way. It definitely liquidated a whole bunch of people both ways. And because of that, you know, we're ready. We're ready to move higher. And of course, with all the buying that's happening behind the scenes, that's definitely helping too. So that next breakout is just around the corner. And those of you guys that stayed in the game and have DCA, congratulations. You're going to get rewarded. And those of you guys that have not, that stayed on the sidelines, well, better get in the game. Indiana now trying to invest in Bitcoin ETFs with their retirement funds. But not only that, every state is trying to come up with a bill to allow themselves to buy Bitcoin and put in their reserve. Arizona already approved. Others, many others, are trying to get approval too. That's also happening. Again, read the room. Read the room. It's getting more and more bullish, and the supply shock is only going to keep on increasing and get worse as we move forward. And we're not even in February yet. This is all January. This is not even in February yet. Grayscale is also launching a new ETF for just mining firms. Although in my opinion, if you wanted Bitcoin exposure, there are better ways than buying Bitcoin miners. But if you want it, you can. There's more and more ETFs coming out that's going to provide exposure to many various aspects of crypto companies, and so forth. And pretty soon we'll get buckets of crypto ETFs like Bitcoin, Ethereum. That's already being worked on or maybe out. But soon we're going to have Bitcoin and XRP and Solana together, and maybe Ethereum and Solana together, and you throw in Hedera in there. I mean, Cardano. You're going to get a lot of ETFs soon. A lot of money from Wall Street is going to be pouring in, not to just Bitcoin, but also to a lot of these crypto projects that will have their ETFs. This shows mobile wallet users skyrocketing. Of course, that's no surprise. This is kind of like, just like anything, any tech adoption. You just see there's at some point, I don't know what you call it, an inflection point where it starts going up and then it just like does this. We're not quite there yet, but we're starting to build up, and this may be the year where we do start doing that, and you see the mobile wallet users like double because of all the great things that'll be happening this year. It could be, but we're definitely on our way up right now in a tremendous way. You could see that. As for other things, supply shock. This is the only cycle that we're going through where Bitcoin supply is going down. Every other one that we had, Bitcoin supply on the exchanges at least, was going up with the price. This one, the supply is going down while the price is going up. As you can see, that's very bullish. Very bullish indeed. So you have demand that's going like this, and then you have supply doing this. What do you think is going to happen to the price, right? Again, doesn't take a genius to figure that out. And this also doesn't take a genius to figure out what's coming next, right? We go through these consolidation points, consolidation periods, and then we break out, and then we rinse and repeat. We do this stair step, and we just keep going and going and going and going. This is on a smaller scale, obviously. A longer scale, bigger, grander scale. Just keeps on going. Keeps on going, guys. All right. What else is there besides Bitcoin? And obviously we have great Bitcoin news every single day. But what else is there? What about those ETFs? Former SEC and CFTC economist back Solana as a US ETF next. There's a very high probable chance that Solana ETF is coming. I thought it was already approved because there was a deadline last week and I didn't hear any rulings. And usually when you don't get a denial, then you got an approval. So I thought it was already approved, but maybe not. Maybe it got delayed or something. But I do think whenever we do get all the big boys to start coming out with their own Solana ETFs, it's going to cause a crazy amount of buying. Everyone could see it. Right now, if you want to release a hot meme, you want to release a hot AI agent, you want to release any hot dApp, which chain do you choose? Solana. You don't choose any other chain. You go straight to Solana, right? It is the chain. It is the Ethereum of this cycle. In 2021, if you wanted to launch anything, which chain do you go to? Ethereum. This cycle, you go straight to Solana. No one talks about, yeah, I'm going to be launching something on Ethereum. No one says that. And you could see it. So obviously, I think Wall Street knows that. The appetite is there. Once this comes out, it's going to be enormously huge. So can't wait for it. Here's an example. Crypto Autos integrates Solana for luxury car purchases. Awesome. If you want to purchase a nice luxury vehicle like a Lambo or a Cullinan or I don't know, some other nice vehicle, you could do so with Solana now. Right? And I mentioned how Solana is the Ethereum of this cycle. Here's something telling. Well, this is not comparing Ethereum, but this is comparing BNB chain, which was very, very hot back in 2021 too. 1 year ago, BNB chain had 2x the daily active addresses versus Solana. Today, Solana has 6x what BNB chain has. BNB chain absolutely got decimated because of Solana. Before, there was still some meme activity, some trading activity, some DeFi activity going on in BNB. That has all shifted to Solana now. There's like nothing going on, right? And then, you know, the next breakout point for Solana is going to be pretty good too, just like Bitcoin. Just like Bitcoin. All right, what else is there? Lastly, I don't know. You guys tell me if this is going too far. I covered a story that Gary Gensler has a new job at MIT covering AI. And Tyler Winklevoss, co-founder of Gemini, says as long as MIT has any association with Gary Gensler, Gemini will not hire any graduates from the school, not even interns for our summer intern program. See, this I think this is going a little too far. You're like punishing all the students that are attending there. They had no choice. They didn't have a say in whether or not MIT should hire Gary Gensler, right? So I don't know if I agree with this. I feel like, you know, if he said, we're not going to donate any money to MIT, right? I don't know if they are, I don't know if they were donating money or whatever. They could have said something like that because they're alumni, you know, but like to say they're not going to hire anyone from the school ever again, I feel like that's a little, I don't know, a little petty. I mean, this is coming from a billionaire, right? Like a multi-billionaire. Maybe he could cool it a little bit. Anyways, and then this, Andre Cronje. A lot of you guys know of Phantom and Sonic and Yearn Finance. You know, he talked about how he was almost driven to insanity by the SEC. He almost quit because of the harassment from Gary Gensler. So there's no doubt Gary Gensler, he was ruthless and he made a lot of people feel this way. That's why it was so bad to be an American-based crypto project for so long, because SEC kept suing, kept sending letters, kept suing, and you know, so many founders just got so fed up and they left or they quit, you know. But now it's just a new regime, right? A new start. And I think everyone's very excited indeed. And if Trump follows through, which I think he will, with all the initiatives that he's been talking about, it's going to be a complete 180. all the founders are going to come back and they're going to love being in the US. And it's going to be very prosperous for a lot of people. And just look at that. We're almost back to 106, 1058. It's looking good right off the bat. Sui today, Sui's having an unlock on the first, but still, they're up 12% today. A really good recovery. Solana's up about 6%. Chainlink up about 5%. XRP only at 2%, but I think they're going to join in the game. Then you got Algorand up about 6%. Injective up 8%. They were decimated recently. I'm glad to see them come up. A lot of things moving really well today, guys. Really well. All right. Let's do some Q&A. Texas pads. George, no one's talking about Chinese New Year, Lunar New Year. 9 million people about to return home next week. You know, myself, I just had a family dinner over it. And this year, according to my zodiac, is supposed to be a very prosperous year for me. Like, extremely prosperous year for me. So I'm looking forward to it. At least according to my zodiac sign. But yeah, you know, you make a point. Well, look at that. Breakouts happening right now. 106.1. DL, would you rather buy Render or Near at this price? That's a tough one. I think I would go with Near because it's still an L1. I like L1s above all else. Can you cover 2 to 3 RWA projects you're bullish on excluding Link? I'm going to be honest. I don't think there's a lot of good RWA plays out there. So a lot of people mention Ondo. They are a big one, but I just don't like what they're tokenizing, which is treasury yield. I like things that kind of do other things and not just do RWA. Avalanche is another one that's in the RWA. You mentioned Chainlink, right? They're more broader. But specific RWA plays, they're not a whole lot good ones. There's like other ones in real estate and stuff, but they're very small. Litecoin up 20% today. Haven't seen that in a while. Good for them. There's no need to mention that, man. If you're a closet Litecoin guy, don't pretend like, oh, good for them. Do you own any Trump? I own a little bit. I gotta admit, I do own a little bit. Hey, Jenna. See you in there. Any alt that you'd be looking to buy in the bear market? All the ones that I've been talking about consistently, they are the ones I'll be buying in the bear market because I know they'll be around. I don't know. Solana is definitely the ETH of this cycle. Maybe next cycle there will be something else that's better, and I could change my mind on that. But right now it doesn't seem like anything's going to overtake it anytime soon. Sui is definitely hot, so Sui could continue to do well. But there's many others from the last cycle that haven't really broken out yet, like Avalanche, for example. Even something like Injective, you know, they could definitely be kind of like the Solanas of next cycle. Cam says, I'm a closet cocky new guy. No, you can't just demand to play the XRP video. It's too coveted. I gotta limit it. I gotta limit my play time with it. We continue to go up, guys. We may be breaking out right now. I kind of expected it. Wall Street is buying today. Yeah, what's the deal? I feel bad. Like, what's the deal with this American Airlines crashing with the Army helicopter? How's that possible? I don't even know what happened there. With all the advanced, you know, with air traffic control and all the radars, I'm assuming the Army helicopter has something. I don't even know how that's possible. Yeah. What's up with DOT? Why is it on hot categories at CMC? Because they paid to be there. DOT is like the only major crypto company that spends a ton of marketing dollars on CMC. What's this Tesla Bitcoin profit? I didn't read about this. Look at this. Tesla reports 600 million Bitcoin profit. You know, and they only kept a fourth of it. They sold 3/4 of what they had. So this could have been, what, you times that by 4. This could have been a 2.4 billion Bitcoin profit jump. But, you know, but at the time, Elon said he needed the cash. Hakeem says helicopter crashes are super rare. Plane crashes are super rare, but helicopter crashing in plane is rare. Yeah, I would think so. Someone wasn't supposed to leave Washington, so yeah, I'm assuming it's the helicopter that should not have left, but they did, and they didn't tell anyone or something. I don't know, but it's just a sad situation. You never want to hear about that. Tesla falling, well, yeah, because they actually came out disappointing earnings. They reported worse numbers than analysts expected, so that kind of makes sense. I don't know why in the aftermarket they actually went up. Chris, I'll never stop hating Litecoin. No, here's the reality. I don't hate Litecoin. But what's the point of Litecoin when it's a copy of Bitcoin and it's not better than Bitcoin? You could argue, okay, Sol is a copy of ETH, right? But it is better than ETH. Litecoin is a direct copy of Bitcoin, and it's not better than Bitcoin, not even in performance. If Litecoin performed better than Bitcoin, at least you have that. But it doesn't. Bitcoin is well above its 2021 high. Is Litecoin above its 2021 high? No, it's nowhere close. So what is the point of Litecoin? You tell me. Even Charlie Lee has said Litecoin is supposed to be a test bed for Bitcoin, but he likes Bitcoin more. So I mean, there's no need to hate it. You just have to recognize it's not even as good as Bitcoin. So why would you hold it? Are you buying it because you're just a Litecoin maxi, or are you buying it because you're trying to make money? And if you're trying to make money, Bitcoin makes you a lot more money than Litecoin. So why are you holding Litecoin? It's cheaper, it has more potential to grow. That's what people said in the last cycle too. And where is it? Did it outperform Bitcoin? Is it growing more than Bitcoin right now? No. Litecoin honestly is used for cheap transactions, while Stables gives you cheaper transactions. There's a lot of closet Litecoin people in the chat that are like chiming in, trying to defend Litecoin right now. I realize it's faster. It was created to have block chimes that's 4 times as fast. There's also 4 times the supply, which means it's not as scarce as Bitcoin. But man, are you guys buying it because you want faster transactions, or are you buying it because you're trying to make money? If you're trying to make money, then you hold Bitcoin because it would have made you a lot more money than holding Litecoin. All-time high for Toshi. What price will you sell your link? I don't know. What, did Toshi really break into new high? It was just at 500 million yesterday. Oh, it's still 500 million. It's not all-time high. You know, Doge. You know, Doge is a fork of Litecoin. How come all the Litecoin people don't love Doge more? Roy, doesn't it scare you that a few companies own more than at least 30% of the Bitcoin? Of all the Bitcoins? I've said that. I don't know if it's 30%, but it's getting up there. ETFs has 6. Sailor has like at least 2%. Yeah, I mean, when you have a highly concentrated, you know, I don't know, you have a small group that's holding like a really, really large percent of Bitcoin, that's never a good thing. That goes against the ethos of Bitcoin, which is it's supposed to be for the people, right? But now we're getting to a point where it's not really for the people. Institutions and countries and companies are getting involved. It's not good, but the way to profit from it is to buy as much as you can before everyone gets involved. That's always a thing. It's like buying real estate. You buy real estate in the hot areas or the hot cities before they were hot, you're going to be set for life. That's just how it is with Bitcoin too. Even at 106,000, it seems like all the gains, you know, is done. There's no way it could go much higher. You just don't know. In 20 years, Bitcoin could be at $5 million each. 106,000 could just be the beginning. I truly mean that. Saylor believes in that too. Saylor thinks that Bitcoin could go to $13 million each. So who knows? When you have a scarce asset with a set supply and demand keeps on increasing, the limit is unlimited. Funmass, I don't know what you're worn out about. Bitcoin is at 106,000. Was it at 106,000 4 years ago? So I don't know what you're worn out about. Even Solana wasn't even around 6 years ago. I saw you write that the other day. I don't know what you're worn out about unless you hold no Bitcoin. Maybe if you've been holding Litecoin for 6 years, I understand. But if you held any Bitcoin at all, oh, hey, XRP is joining in. 315. Sui consolidated a little bit, but XRP is starting to fly. Chainlink still going up, 25. Algo is doing good. Injected doing good. Today, good recovery day. Michael Lance, I'm glad you learned how to be a man from this channel. Did I ever show you guys my Cybertruck? I don't think I did. I don't have that many pictures, but I mean I have a little bit. I don't know how to get this on my computer. I guess I could upload this to myself. Yeah, and I started a Spanish and Chinese channel. Some of you guys watched it and is amazed by my Spanish and Chinese abilities. You guys should watch it. I'm putting a lot of effort into it. It's in the description, by the way. Sorry, just trying to move things around from my phone. It's quite difficult. What is it called? Why don't I see it? Yeah, I'll have to prepare next time. I can't pull it up for some reason. Oh wow. Someone gifted 50 memberships. That's crazy. Thank you, my man. I can't even pronounce your name. Hajami? That's crazy. Thank you, man. Why do you, Elliot asked, why do you not mention quantitative tightening easing? Did you not watch my video from yesterday? Or what I just mentioned at the beginning of the video? I hate when people like accuse me of not talking about something, especially when they didn't pay attention. Here we go. I got it. Here's my Cybertruck. So I got it wrapped, and I put some red tow hooks on. I think that looks pretty sweet. I love driving the thing. It drives really nice, and FSD is like perfect. You know, Cybertruck is just one of those cars everyone loves to make fun of, but in person it's actually really nice. Every person I've given a ride to have said this is way better than I thought in my head. Because everyone just sees all the FUD videos and posts, and everyone thinks just like a giant POS. But I had this old woman walk up to me and knock on the window and ask me what car it is because she has never seen it. And she was like crazy. Not crazy, but she was just amazed by it. Amelia, the FSD on the Cybertruck is the best there is because of the hardware model, hardware 4. It self-drives. It's 99%. So recently, everywhere I go, I just turn on FSD. It literally just drives me there. 30-minute, 40-minute trips, no problem. It will take on-ramps, off-ramps. It'll make all the lane changes. Perfect, smooth stops and goes. It'll blow through yellow lights too when it needs to. Like, it is perfect. It's perfect. It only made a mistake like one time the other day. But FSD is ready. It's really ready. Elon finally has perfected it. Once he like unleashes unsupervised FSD on all the models, on all the Teslas, they will stop depreciating and they will go up in value because it's that good. World of Elliot, memes named after new government agencies on Seoul. Think they have extra push since names will be news next year. You know, that's the trend, right? Everyone takes a new name or new trend and then they create a meme off of it, it doesn't mean anything. Unless they build a good community, it's not gonna go anywhere. It's all about community. And you could have the worst name on the planet and still do well, because of the community. So don't buy something because of the name. Other than, whatever I come out with, only buy that. I owned Rivian for 2 years, but sold it before used prices dropped. How does your Cybertruck compare to R21? I haven't driven an R21, but from all the reviewers, they say it's much better. It's bigger, it drives better, it feels better. FSD is definitely better. Fat Colonel, just wondering why isn't a conflict of interest for Trump to have his own coin? His policy directly influenced crypto markets. It is a conflict of interest. When he took presidency the first term, he said he had to give up ownership of all his companies. So he transferred it to, his kids or something. This time around, I don't hear him saying that. He still holds all his companies. And he created a crypto project and I think it's just because he's not scared. The SEC is in his back pocket now. And, it's almost like he could do whatever the hell he wants. He made $20 billion or $10 billion from his own coin. But honestly, I don't think he's going to cash out. I think it's whoever, his kids or something that's going to cash out. It's not him. But technically speaking, it added $10 billion to his net worth because of it. But, the good thing is it's good for the rest of us. Because if Trump is doing it, then everyone else could do it. Troy, can you fit 2 kids in the backseat? Yes. Cybertruck is huge in the back. It's not as big as a full-size truck, but it's a big space. You can fit 3 kids, no problem. Yeah, basically, man. Elliot. Powell was very dovish. That's why the markets reacted well. We're going to get more rate cuts, and stuff like this helps with it. I covered it this morning. As long as we don't get crazy good economic data, it gives them ammunition to cut. So that's all there is. Basically, it was very dovish yesterday. As dovish as one could have expected from what he was saying yesterday. Jeremy, will your NFT holders get airdrop your tokens? Yes. Yes, I'm definitely going to reward them. They will probably get the biggest amount. So when I come out with my token, first of all, I'm going to hold the hugest supply. So it can't be rugged or dumped on. And I'll just be airdropping them left and right. My NFT holders, the one-of-one holders are going to get the most. The strap-on people will get a lot. And then I'll reward everyone, my Patreon members, my ex-subscribers, YouTube members, anyone that's been, supporting me for a long time. And then I'll just do random airdrops and giveaways. And, I might come out with my own decks as well. And then I'll reward based on volume. I got a lot of things planned. And even with the IFC, I could reward fighters, and participants and viewers. It opens up possibilities. But I had to figure out a way to make sure that everyone just doesn't dump their tokens. Paul, thank you for gifting. Fairfax, I don't know. I'm still planning on it. It has to be right. It has to be when the market's super hot. Like everything's blowing up. That's when it'll release because then it'll just blow up to $1 billion or $2 billion. And then I could technically say I'm a paper billionaire, but I can't ever sell it, obviously. But I'll try to make everyone rich from it. All right, guys. That's enough. Overall, we're starting out the day pretty darn good. We'll see where we head to tonight. Today's a good recovery day. Bitcoin's back to 106. The next breakout is around the corner. I could feel it. It's going to happen. So stay strong, my friends. Smash it a like, subscribe to the channel. I'll see you guys tonight, 8:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. All right? Have a good one. Take care.